Welcome to another episode on the Scouse Article channel. I truly appreciate you being here. If you can hit that subscribe button, I would very much appreciate it because it truly helps. On today's episode, I do want to bring to you a global consultancy firm whose name kept popping up across everything that I've been looking into. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know I've been digging into a lot. Now, when I was looking into the proposed changes to Article 8, I have sent off a Freedom of Information request because I wanted to know whether this aligned in any way to the digital ID in terms of the immigration system transformation. And one consultancy firm popped up while I was digging into it, and I'm going to bring you everything about their involvement into the digital identity, immigration system transformation, the right to work enforcement, the gov.uk app, the One Login programme, the NDA shielded structures and its role in the test and trace system. It connects every strand to these government proposals in the CP1418, which is the document regarding the government proposals, the Article 8 reforms, and the creation of the digital pathways that can affect family life and immigration outcomes. Now, the company's name is Deloitte. I'm not sure on that pronunciation, Deloitte. And why that kept coming up is because I submitted a Freedom of Information request regarding this company when it came to the track and trace, but bear with me, we'll get into that. So they are not a single company, it's a global network coordinated by Deloitte Touche Tomasto Limited, DTTL. So with separate legal firms in each country. So the UK one is headquartered in London. So basically what this structure does is it protects the wider network from accountability when issues are going to arise in one region. So Deloitte holds multiple multi-million pound contracts for the gov.uk One Login, including a 12.3 million delivery partner contract, expansion contracts, 5 million for the mobile app, 9.5 million for capability partner, 16 million for the extension. They are directly involved in designing and delivering the core identity system the UK aims to use as the single login for all major services by 2027. Deloitte also received £50 million to support the development of the gov.uk app. The app is expected to become the home of the digital ID and the gateway through which people access services, as we've been saying, that prove identity and interact with the other government systems. Now, the Home Office awarded Deloitte a multi-million pound contract, £22 million being reported to lead the transition and transformation of the borders and immigration system. So this places Deloitte inside the redesign of digital caseworking, data flow, status verification and removal decision pathways. Now, Deloitte markets GoVerify, a digital right-to-work checking system used by employers. This aligns perfectly with the government's move towards mandatory digital proof of status and ID verification for employment. So, effectively given Deloitte dual power. So they help build the government system and then they sell the tools to plug it in. Now, Deloitte and the test and trace, they were the top consultancy in the NHS test and trace with contracts worth around 298 million and around 900 consultants. And at their peak, and I've discussed this before, they were costing around £1 million a day. And my freedom of information request, obviously they didn't give me the information, but I raised the fact that there was consultants being paid around £6,000 a day. Like the National Audit Office and Public Accounts Committee criticised the programme for poor value for money. So we're seeing a reoccurring pattern. Large government programmes, huge spend, low transparency, limited accountability. So globally, Deloitte builds digital identity systems, biometric solutions, immigration technology. And you can see that in the EU LISA and visa processing digitisation. And it shows a repeated pattern across Western governments that Deloitte sells and builds the same kinds of systems that are now emerging here. So they have been criticised and they have had controversies surrounding them for overspending, poor performance. I think they were involved in an AI scandal. So the patterns are obviously already there. It raises serious questions regarding value, oversight. Deloitte LLP is officially registered as a consultant lobbyist in the UK, and the UK's lobbying system has significant loopholes, meaning much influence is undeclared. So Deloitte's scale and deep placement across government programmes gives it informal influence over design and rollout of key digital systems. Now, what this means for the article, like the CP1418, and that's the document about the government proposals, it's, while this is a political decision, the system enforcing those decisions must be designed and coded by someone. And Deloitte sits in a rare position, working on one login identity, gov.uk app, the Home Office immigration transformation, right to work verification tool. So it's creating that ecosystem where a single private consultancy is deeply embedded in identity verification and immigration pathways and digital enforcement tools. So in the UK's digital identity call for evidence, both Deloitte LLP and Tony Blair Institute for Global Change appear in the list of organisations submitting views on digital identity. So they're in the same arena, same policy conversation, not proof of like friendship, but definitely in the same circle. So Deloitte, it's a private company sitting behind some of the biggest government systems. That's real power. That's, even though it's not political power, that's real power. So as always, guys, I have submitted a freedom of information request. I will keep bringing information to you as and when I uncover it. I will definitely be looking more into this, and I hope I've provided you with a little bit more clarity surrounding what's happening. Thanks for tuning in.